Once you have a class set up in STEMscopes and you have students added to that class, you can now assign material from STEMscopes for them to access in their own login and submit to you online. So I'm going to use this section that we just created in the Creating Classes Help video. And I've got 3 students in this section, and I'm going to go through STEMscopes and actually make some assignments to this section. So to access content, you know to just click on Scopes. And I will pick a middle school lesson from one of our editions, Chemical Properties and Interactions. And say I wanted to assign the Do One activity. So this is my teacher version, of course. So this is where I go to get all of my information for how to conduct the lesson. Note there is no green Assign to Students button because it's a teacher element. So to assign it to my students, I would click on the blue student version and click Assign to Students. It's going to pull up this window where I can first select sections that will receive this assignment. So if I click in this box, it's going to show me all of the sections that live in my account. So for this specific example, I'm just going to pick the 4th period life science, although you certainly can also select every section if you'd like to. I'm going to assign it to the entire section. You can, however, make assignments to individual students by selecting the individual students option. When you do that, you will see a list of your students, and you just simply check off the ones that you would want to assign this to. But I'm going to go ahead and do entire section. You don't have to do a start date or a due date, but you can if you want to. You can pick a start date, which means the assignment will not open until the start date and time that you select. And then due date you can also pick. So I'll pick maybe a Monday at noon. You can do also 5-minute increments if you'd like to, but if you don't, once you pick an hour, you just click anywhere on the page to get out of that time box. Assignment labels, this is where you can actually group assignments together for students. So when I click in this box right now, I actually have already created a few labels like acceleration, homework, etc. But I could create a label called lab. And that means that in the student account, they will see this label and they'll be able to easily access any content with that label. And then finally, you can give students a note. You don't have to assign the element with a note, but if you want to, students will see this when they log into their account. So I might say, work in pairs to complete this lab assignment and submit by July 17th at 11 a.m. And then click Add this assignment. And it'll take you back to the assignments, the element page, but you'll also get a green assignment created note. Now, if I want to log in and see what this looks like to a student, I could just click, I'm going to log out, click on my username to log out, and I'm going to log in as if I were a student. So I believe one of the students I assigned was this username and password. Okay. And so now I'm logged in as the student, and I have all these labels up here. So I'm going to pick lab, since I know that was what I just assigned. I see my element title, I have my note, and then when the student clicks the element, it will open it up in their STEMscopes account. And they basically go through and conduct the lesson. And they can type in responses. Anywhere they see an open-ended text box, there are instructions here. There are different types of ways to interact with the content. In this case, it looks like it's a drawing part, so the student actually could use the paintbrush and do a drawing, or they could insert a text box to insert some text, say they're doing a diagram, and so on and so forth. And if they click Turn In, it's going to turn in the assignment to you as the teacher. So I'm going to log out of the student account and log back in as the teacher. And first of all, in my student activity feed on my homepage, I see that this student just submitted this assignment. So I can actually view the assignment from here, and then I can click the grade button to go in and actually grade the student work. So you can actually see the work the student responded. We have another video next after this one called Evaluating Content, where we dive in a little bit deeper to grading student assignments. But from here, you can at least see the process for actually getting assignments to students from within STEMscopes. Again, you just go to any of the elements that have the blue S on them, like in this example, the pre-assessment. You click the green Assign button. You fill out all of the information. Again, start date, due date, assignment label, and student note are optionable. And then click Add this assignment. And students will be able to log into their account and see it. You can also go into the student section. And if you click on the Assignments tab, you also have a record of what students have assigned. If you ever want to remove an assignment from your account and your students' accounts, simply select the assignment, the checkbox by the assignment name, and click Archive. And that will effectively remove the assignment both from your account and your student accounts. If you ever do that accidentally and you want to go in and unarchive the assignment, simply click on the View Archived Assignments button, check the element, and click Restore, and it will put the assignment back in your list. So that's how you assign content, and be sure to watch our next video on how to evaluate student content.